Hey, I'm Paul Bunyan, and if you're anything like me, then you like to eat a lot of food. And if you're anything like me even more, then that means that you need to take a lot of shit. Don't you hate it when you're taking a big shit and normal toilet paper can't contain the amount of shit and you end up getting shit on your fingers? Well, then look no further than Paul Bunyan's 12-ply toilet paper. No more shit on your fingers so you can get back to doing stuff that man do. Use promo code 2Cs for 15% off your first roll of Paul Bunyan's 12-ply toilet paper and stop getting shit on your fingers.
Continuing
Tonight on Two C's in a Pod, 96.7 on your... Two C's in a pod, 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 two C's because we're two C's in a pod, two C's just like two C's in a pod, two C's in a pod at gmail.com.
And I say, Kathy, that's not a washing machine. That's my... Welcome to Two C's in a Pod, everybody. This is your home to... I don't know. Spend your Thanksgivings and holidays.
Are we record? Guys, are we recording? Is this live?
There was an outbreak.
On air.
Yeah.
We're on air?
Yeah, no, there's not many of them here.
Where is everybody? Okay.
Remember
Cam,
how I said that we get anyone that brings a mask in, if they have N95s, they have to give them to us. Yeah, kind of backfired on us.
What happened?
They're
Green tea, 3 ice cubes. Where is it? Cam, it's not on my desk. I am freaking out. Nobody tell Kim, by the way. If there aren't people here to cater to every single one of Kim Mitchell's requests, I swear to God, we might lose him again.
Oh, yeah, anything but that. Priorities here. Your host, Cam LeClaire. That's Cam LeClaire, and my co-host / partner / co-founder of the great organization publicly traded as 2CP. That is
the number 2.
The number 2 in the ticker.
So we're very top.
2CP.
We're at the very top. We're at the very top
Yes.
of the tick, right? Because
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure there are no numbers. I feel like that would be confusing as hell. That's right. IPO. We had the independent public offer.
Initial
public. We had the all this jargon, this business jargon. Cam, these are things that I don't understand. That's why we have you here.
Do you ever scratch your ear with something to get the inside of the gunk out? That's not a Q-tip.
Absolutely not.
I like to use the back of pens. You know, the ones with that have the the thing you'd hook onto your pockets.
Oh yeah, you like you like that?
Real good itch in there.
How itchy are your ears getting on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I don't clean them, so
why don't you clean them? Then clean them.
Well, they say don't put anything in your ears bigger than your fist or smaller than your fist.
That's what they say. I mean, Cam.
I
think this is what the doctors might have been saying to you, Cam. Very small hands. A lot of fans, like old slobs of the show, may not know. Of course, we've spoken about your physical stature in the past, short and fat. But really, we kind of buried the lead on the hands. Very small. You could fit your hands in your ear.
Bury the lead. That is what we call a callback to a former episode where we learned that bury the lead comes from journalism. Yes. I'm trying to go through a body transformation right now. I looked on the scale the other day.
Huge body transformation.
Yeah, it's working.
So, and this is what you were thinking the other day. A lot of people, try to bulk on in the winter. You wanted to do the reverse of that. You wanted to cut some weight down, and you thought to yourself, what better way than just to make all your parts smaller?
Yeah, exactly. And, a lot of people say, like, oh, go on the keto diet, go for runs, change your diet.
Low
I'm
carb.
a big fan. Yeah, it's, call it what you want. I'm a big believer in cheating the system. So what I did is if you go on Amazon, you can buy tapeworms. I'm full of them. I'm full of them, and I am shredding weight like nothing else.
You're shredding weight like nothing before. That's Amazon. Do you want to spend money for some reason? Then you should try Amazon. And these tapeworms were pretty easy for you to get. And Cam, I'm just worried that you're getting a little too attached to them, maybe even emotionally.
Yeah, I mean, I've had two, and Jim and Jeffrey.
Jim and Jeffrey, of course.
Yeah.
Very funny. Very funny. They're working on their stand-up careers, kind of individually billing themselves as Jim and Jeffrey.
It's just a little scary when they tell me well, let's keep the conversation to ourselves, but sometimes they tell me scary thoughts.
Scary thoughts. Now, what they plan to do, I think is it possible that a tapeworm could get so large that maybe it could kind of control you like a marionette or like a puppet?
I'm not saying that's what's happening, but some of my friends have been calling me Jim.
And have other friends been calling you Jeffrey?
No, he's a little bit less developed in the system.
Wow, this is big. This is big, folks. Stay tuned for Jim and Cam's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde-like transformation. Because Cam, this is fantastic. You are looking great.
Thank you. Yeah, life's about two things: finding love and losing weight. That's what my parents always told me.
Yeah, that's it's what it says on your tombstone. You kind of had one made already. If you could kind of surmise your life into one sentence, that would be it.
When you go looking for a coffin and you're like the principal buyer, like, are you giving the old hammer it with your fist and being like, oh, that's solid, that's not going anywhere? Just like any man, whenever they strap something on the roof, they go, yeah, it's not going anywhere. Right.
It's kind of like, have you ever seen a dad kick the wheels of a car?
You got it.
He doesn't know what he's doing. And I think it would probably be something like that, right? Like bang on the top a little bit. Maybe you kind of ruffle the fabric. Like when there's a nice like fabric plush interior, you kind of ruffle it around to see if it could take.
Give it a little shake,
if it could take a little motion. Not that anything like that would ever happen. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly it, right? You don't want to be buried in you don't want to go down in a like a little Ford Fiesta.
Yeah, do you take a test drive in it? You jump in, be like, I could see myself living an eternity in this, yeah.
That's pretty dark. I guess that is a good question. That's a pretty dark thing to do. I think if you were kind of acceptant of death.
But maybe the thing is, like, you're not like, how comfy is it? You're like, how do I look in it, That's a better question.
Okay, get me my death. Presuming that this happens, would I kind of look like this?
Yeah, presuming I got a few weeks left, right? Let's say the doctor's like, you got a few weeks left. You're like, all right.
God,
some people are like, I'm going to go skydiving. I'm like, I got a lot of things to do before I die. First things first is getting this funeral. Second thing is getting the playlist ready for it.
Oh, of course.
And it's going to be Pitbull the whole time. Because I'm having a good time with you. Yeah, we're going to kill it at my funeral.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Think about it. If you're jumping in, you're like, listen, I'm not going to be much different than this. You don't want to be in there, and then people look at you with the open casket and be like, he really thinned out, didn't he? Like, because if it's too big, you're like, he's swimming in there,
that's the
right?
Thing,
you want
right?
it to be like
really
a good
thinned
fit.
Out. He looks bad. Sorry, that was the HIV kind of aspect that took a lot of the weight off. Because no one wants to die thin.
Know what I'm gonna ask for is get one of those like inflatable like bulk suits, like put maybe another 15 pounds on. We're like, wow, he really packed, like just juiced, just looking juiced.
And Cam, now this is on tape, by the way. So, if you die tomorrow, this is, this could be the only accurate recount of your dying wishes.
Some people want suits. I want to be in a sleeveless.
That'd be pretty cool.
Sun's out, guns out.
Sun's out, guns out. It would be great if we could get you, if this doesn't happen in the summertime, we can get a little tan on you. Cam, you tan very well.
I do.
I think that would be...
fresh cut would be good.
Now, I guess the only question is, do you want to be buried wearing the fisherman's hat that you found in the Canadian Tire
Ooh, that's a good
bathroom?
question.
Do you want to be buried
I think-
wearing that, or would you rather be buried wearing that big like kimono thing?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think the hat's definitely the real question is, do I wear shades or not?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Right.
Like cool aviators.
They ask, why is he wearing sunglasses? They go, he said that his future was too bright.
But he was 106 years old. What could he have been referring to?
He wanted to be dead with a wide enough casket where he could have his arms around two different girls at any time.
At any time. He was buried alone, but there was enough space for 3.
Room for 2 ladies. Party's always on in this place.
Hey, a group coffin? That's not a bad idea. You know, some people who either maybe want to save a little bit of cash or, you know, like it'd be like a family makes a pact, and then whenever one of them dies, you have to exhume. You just kind of throw the next one back in, and then you could do that for generations. I'm sure it could be a tradition in some places.
I want a little mini bar attached to it with like 4 different options. Maybe like Grey Goose, Southern Comfort, and like a Tanqueray.
So 3 different options, yeah. Because 4, you're really paying for the 4.
Maybe
drink
Pink
option.
Whitney. I'll put Pink Whitney in there for the ladies.
Well, yeah, of course. We're buying if you're going for the group coffin. Or you know, what if maybe Cam, instead we could get you cremated, but then
That's not fun.
But then keep your ashes in something cool. You know, like we somehow find a way to pour your ashes into the Stanley Cup. Could you imagine that?
Oh, that'd be cool.
You, and for the split second before security takes us down and they, kind of throw the ashes everywhere in a frenzy because they're trying to clean out the Stanley Cup. For that split second, Cam, you would be in the Stanley Cup. How's that feel?
I love that idea. Yeah, I can't see any problem with that. I think if someone just brought the ashes,
no problem, folks. If you're listening at home, slobs better be listening, because if this is happening, somebody has to honor some of these requests. Slobs, we're looking at you.
Here's the other thing I recommend. So I'll buy the coffin. I'll take care of that. But at the funeral, I want it to be like, I want it to be kind of like a magician show.
Okay.
Now, hear me out here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have the front. I'm going to call it the stage.
And it's probably going to call it stage because there's a bunch of lights pointing directly at it. There's a big curtain for some reason.
There's a big curtain in the middle, okay?
Right, of course. Yeah,
and then there's going to be a lovely assistant, and she's going to have the coffin around on cart, like wheels.
Yep.
And then I'm going to need someone to be the magician. I guess it's not even, you can do it.
A volunteer from the crowd.
A volunteer
Cam?
from the crowd. Sure.
I can honor this request if.
Well, it's not really much the magician trick. It's more so I just need the nice young lady to push the coffin into the incinerator, and at that moment, someone presses the button for the Sean Kingston. Somebody called 911.
Oh, the shorty fire burning on the dance floor.
Burning on the boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and I want that kicking.
Is that also Pitbull?
No, that's just Sean Kingston.
Oh, so you're saying so the incinerator is kind of behind the high school
exactly.
drapes.
And then I come out in ashes, and then. Well, then it's a party. I mean, once that song hits, there's going to be not a dry eye in the room. It's his favorite song about fire burning.
His favorite song. It was his favorite song by his favorite artist. Sean, you Mr. Kingston's.
Hey, Sean, you Mr. Kingston.
Shorty called 911.
Feel like letting go. So that's the official declaration of what I would like. So if you get that done, that'd be great.
You heard it here, and I think this is an official. This is how do we make this particular episode like an official will and testament? How does that happen? How does all that shit work?
I think we just count down 1, 2, 3, and then we at the same time say you and I agree. So 1, 2, 3, you and I agree. Okay, it's the sealed.
That's
sealed
in the
and
pact.
signed.
I've seen
Yeah.
many Disney movies which have involved a similar premise, and they've always gone right.
I like that one, Freaky Friday, where I think they
The one Freaky Friday, or that
well, there's
one,
two Freaky
comma,
Fridays.
Freaky Friday.
There's Freaky Friday 2, I think.
Electric Boogaloo?
Oh, is that a thing?
No.
Oh.
You were saying?
The one that I like and has a great soundtrack, aka just one great song, is the Family Channel classic, where they I think it's Hilary Duff, and she goes like to her brother like, "I wish you were never here," and then like wakes up in the morning, she doesn't have a brother, and she's like, where's Jim's? Like, who's Jim? It's like Jim Jeffries. Anyway, they have that great 90s hit, which was again callback to our March Madness best 2000 hits. Making my way downtown, walking fast, just making my way.
Making my way downtown. I'm making my way downtown. I'm making it. Making my way.
No, it's and I'll miss you.
Making my way downtown.
And I'll need you.
Making my way downtown.
And I wonder,
downtown,
if I could fall. Yeah, we need more of that.
More. Who sings that one?
Oh, who knows?
Yeah,
it's a one-hit wonder.
We need more of that song, or more. See, I was still stuck on the Freaky Friday body switching movie.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah.
No, well, you said it.
Thanks for bringing that up.
What happened here? There's no one here in the studio, and all of a sudden everything's right. No, I'm the sane one. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Maybe we can have a Freaky Friday where one day I'm you and you are me.
That'd be fun.
Do you think anyone would notice?
That'd be fun. Oh, I guess no. If you and I had a Freaky Friday, that would actually be more of the change up with Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman, because I think part of the Freaky Friday thing is that it's like Cage. A mom and a dad, or sorry, like a mom and a kid, where a change up is just two friends. Same thing, but just two friends. So I think you and I would be, which is different than It's a Boy thing.
I don't think I've seen that one.
But I guess it's all what's that one?
It's all reminiscence of 51st Date.
It's all Shakespeare or something, right? Isn't that what they say? There's like 6 stories, and they're pretty much all just Shakespeare.
Well, it's 5 Shakespeare and 1 Sharknado.
1 Sharknado. Yeah, let's fact check that one for next week. For next week, someone's got to write it down because there's no one here. Gee, the whiteboard has now 3 weeks of permanent marker etched on into it. A bunch of bullshit about Shark Tale. SEAL Team 6 was written in huge caps. All of a sudden, I come into work today and just says SEAL Team 6 all over the place. I don't know what the hell that means. Jesus.
You want to know a quick fact about SEAL Team 6?
Somebody listened to a podcast one time. Next thing you know, we're talking about SEAL Team 6.
So there's only SEAL Team 1, 2, and 3. And then they were like, let's fool the Russians. And they're like, let's call it SEAL Team 6 so they think there's 4 and 5. And ta-da, the birth of SEAL Team 6.
You're saying that SEAL Team 6 wasn't even a real thing?
Well, no. Correct. Yeah. It was supposed to be just like... Well, no, it was a real thing, but it was actually only the 4th team.
Jesus Christ, Cam.
You're gross.
You did it, not me.
That's what, whoever smelt it dealt it.
Whoever denied it supplied it.
Kill me. What else we got in that one?
Let's say whoever got rid of it did it. Nope. What else?
I like the rhymes. Do you know the diarrhea rhymes?
No, what's that? No, let's not do this, Cam.
Come on. Give me one.
I don't know what you're talking. I don't think I know what you're talking about.
When you're sitting on a pot and you're feeling something hot, diarrhea.
Yeah.
When you're sitting in a Chevy and you're feeling kind of heavy, diarrhea.
You have one more? Do you want to do one more?
I don't think I know everyone.
You know two?
You know more?
I don't know any. Well, I think I have
now
heard
you
of
know
this,
two.
but I don't actively think about that.
Well, that's a mistake. You should do more of that. Less thinking about important stuff and start thinking about real important issues.
Jesus Christ, Cam. Jesus Christ. Well, should we move on with the show here? There's nobody here to hand me my notes, so I guess we need to terrible segue into our next segment because, of course, we're supplying your drive time radio home.
Hey, we did get a call from the FCC saying that a radio show needs to have music.
Like legal. And this was a legal kind of, tech font at the top. This was a very
called
official
letterhead.
document. Letterhead, thank you. Very official looking document. Multiple signatures with their names printed right underneath, which is clear indication that must be something important. Saying that
I like the fake signatures on them too. It's like you didn't sign this
I
document.
like that
Let's be honest.
The e-sig, as they call it. Yeah, that's right, Cam. Legally, for this to be called a radio show, we do need to play. Though there was a percentage of music, I don't really remember, or like it was a time amount. Do you remember what it said, Cam?
It said you have to play Natasha Bedingfield at least 4 times in the hour.
At least 4. Are you sure this was the FCC? Do they handle these type of matters, Cam? Are you sure we're not just kind of Cam, there's a chance. Did you read this from our spam folder on our Gmail? Because, of course, we get tons of emails every single week, Cam, but sometimes we get some fraudulent emails that pop into our spam folder.
I think it was either from the CBC, the CTV, or the SEALS 6.
SEAL6. Interesting. I'm going to write that down. That's SEL. Wait.
Hey, whoa.
You don't think
Correlation?
the Seal 6. Seal sings "Kiss from a Rose." That song.
From a kiss from.
Oh my God. I think it was that. No, Cam.
Who's
I think
that one by? Is that Aerosmith?
Cam, I think
Beyond.
what you're misinterpreting here. No, this wasn't the FCC emailing us. This was the FCL 6. Seal was emailing us trying to get us to play his hit Kiss from a Rose. You were duped, Cam. You were duped.
From a
Well, now you weren't duped because you sing it, Cam. You sing so well that a lot of our YouTube uploads actually get kind of copyrighted and flagged because oftentimes when you're singing some of these mediocre, like mid '90s, late to late '90s songs, we get copyrighted. They think it's the real thing.
Have you ever been confused for a celebrity?
Absolutely not. But I have had 2 people who have never met each other and are of different generational age gaps both say that I resemble Richard Dreyfuss's character from Jaws, but like specifically the way he looks in Jaws. And I used to have wire frame glasses, and when I would wear a headband, we're both just kind of white guys with light color hair and a beard and curly. But I thought that was pretty cool. They didn't approach me and like, "Are you Richard Dreyfuss?" "Oh no, you're Cameron."
They said, "Are you Richard Dreyfuss from Jaws?" But not
"Are you
other
Richard
movies?
Dreyfuss from the 1975 film Jaws?" No, but they were of different ages. One was like, kind of like our parents' age, and the other was a peer. So I always thought that was interesting, just about my look.
Damn, that's a fun one to have.
Yeah,
I love seeing people that look like other people, and then you're just like, is it you? If I had that, I get Austin Matthews sometimes. But when I grow my hair out longer and I grow a bad mustache.
People say, "Oh my God, is that Austin Matthews?" Or they say, "Hey Cam, you know who you resemble? Austin Matthews."
So the one time I was confused for him in a bar in downtown Toronto, this girl came up to me. She's like, "Are you Austin Matthews?" And I just went, "Shh, don't tell anyone."
Wow.
And then
She must have been drunk because he has to be well over 6 feet tall. He has to be at least 6 feet tall.
I'm 6 feet tall
Old slobs might remember
with shoes on.
Old slobs might remember a previous episode of the show. I'm not entirely sure. Cam, I believe you're 5'11".
3/4. Call what you want. The military rounds up.
Is that what they do? The military rounds. I mean, in those boots, you're cleared 6'1" easy.
I'm clearing 6'1" and taking down 9/11.
Cam, that's why you're always wearing thick boots. We went away, even our corporate retreat in the summertime, you would wear your swim trunks, which would be very short, but then these thick boots.
Got to show off the legs, man.
And you were at least
the ankles.
and you were at least the third tallest person at the corporate retreat. At least, I think it's, or maybe even firmly the third tallest person at the corporate retreat, without
Not that
question.
we did any measurements.
Without question. Not that we were doing measurements, by the way. That isn't what happened. And I guess, well, I mean, I guess now is a time, good a time as any, because with the apparent walkout of all of our staff, or whatever it is, it sounds like Two Season a Pod is hiring.
Great. So if you want to be a marketing intern, if you want to be a sound producing intern, if you want to be our environmental analyst, if you would like to be our financial analyst, because this IPO is going to be a disaster if we don't do something about it, because we're kind of just throwing it out there. S&P, come for me.
At the Two Season a Pod Network, you will be provided with unique opportunities, such as collecting our cigarette butts out of the ashtray.
Now, that could be a mistake because it does leave DNA residue. And,
we don't smoke. No. We just leave. We light them, leave them, and then just kind of make you, the intern, collect the butts and all the smoke. Like, we make you. We have a room. It's called the butt room. And we're just constantly
unrelated.
Yeah, unrelated. It has to do with cigarette butts, slobs. What are you doing here? We're not getting weird. This is a legitimate internship opportunity. One thing that you'll also be afforded to do is to make our the weekly ads that we run on other podcast networks.
That's right. We'll be shipping you out for labor. Now here's a perk. Your billable hours, as in how much we charge to use you, very high. Which
of course in business talk means that
you don't get any money, but we get to we collect the money. So if you're looking to apply,
past interns of the position have gone on to do some incredible things.
Right.
We would love to give some testimonials. Of course, it happens that 3 of whom sort of went. It was very weird. They went on vacations and then never came back.
So potential travel.
You can potentially travel. One of whom was found washed
in
up
Mexico,
in the ocean,
in a river.
Exactly. You know, water sports. You know, the potential to learn some water polo.
Right. Had a new pair of shoes. Were they made of cement? Who knows?
Exactly. You know,
that reminds
physically
me,
training through the water.
Tony called. We need to get that money over to him. We need, like, it's bad.
You mean Tony Scabadabucci?
Scabadabucci called, okay?
The Scab called? Why didn't you tell me the Booch man? The Booch man's on the phone? Is that why the phone's been beeping red this whole time?
I've sacrificed a lot of people already. He's not fucking around.
Is that where everybody in the studio?
They don't have COVID. They're dead.
You can't. Are these the ones who have gone on the unrelated travel?
Yeah, we say they're going on trips. They just have to go pick up their tickets from Scadabucci. It's a problem, man. We gotta take care of this.
How do you know way more about this than I do? What's been happening to the network here, Cam?
Hey, quick question. How many people do you think you could get in a line of strangers to say, "Hey, how tall are you?" and then compare back to back with them in a day's time?
Wait, say that again. So I'm going up to a stranger and saying, "Hey, how tall are you?"
And then they say, and you go, "Prove it." And then you go back to back with me. How many people think could say yes to that?
What would that prove? I'm gonna say like 0.
I think I could get 1.
So we're not shooting high. You just think you could get 1.
Yeah, I just wonder like what people's reaction would be like if you run it, like if you kind of pass on, you make eye contact, you're like, hey, how tall are you? They're like, I don't know, like 5'11", prove it, back to back. It's like, what?
Or what do you think's more likely? Someone who wants to go, but like, there's no measure of back to back. Even if he finds out, like, he's like, that's you saying, yeah, I'm 5'11", and you're as tall as me, therefore, you are also 5'11".
I think people would just be like 5'11", they'd be like, prove it back to back, and they'd be like, I'm good, be like, fucking coward.
See, I think it would be more likely that, what would be more likely? Somebody who say yes, or one freak out there who has a measuring tape on him, and he's like, okay, and he lies down on the ground and kind of like sticks out the measuring tape and gets out some chalk for an official measurement. Like, I think that's more likely than somebody who would want to go back to back with you.
That brings up our SEAL Team 6 fact of the day.
Oh,
when they killed
no.
Osama bin Laden because he was 6'5", I think.
Oh no, Cam, we can't do this.
What they did is because they didn't have a measuring tape, they just got a guy. They said, son, how tall are you? He said 6'5". He says, lay next to that body, please. And they're like, confirm that's Osama bin Laden.
Lay next to Osama.
And that's your SEAL Team 6 fact of the day.
I really hope this doesn't become a weekly thing.
It's a daily thing. It's why it's the fact of the day.
I just really don't want to talk more about SEAL Team 6 and the bunker. Like not like I was there or anything. I just don't really want to bring it up much more. It's a sensitive subject for a lot of people. Not like I was there. It's not like I was hiding in the can or something. Like that would be crazy. That would be absolutely insane to think that on the day that SEAL Team 6 came to kill Osama bin Laden, that I had the squirts and I was just sitting on the toilet. That's insane to believe.
I just didn't make it. Guys, hurry up. Wait up.
Like, that's insane to think about. But that's right, Cam.
Plowing ahead.
Let's do it.
Where are we plowing ahead to?
Wherever you're plowing, I'm plowing, baby.
And there's no fucking whiteboard, man.
Hey, don't blame me. You're the one who always uses the permanent marker. I keep buying these like dry erase markers, and I find them like broken in half, physically broken in half, and thrown into the toilet. Cam, our plumbing bill is through the roof. Who keeps breaking these dry erase markers and pouring them down the toilet?
Side note, have you ever smelt the inside of a dry erase marker?
Like, have I ever opened up the cap? No, Cam, because you keep... Are you breaking them? How would I know that smell? How would you know that smell? How would you know that smell?
Get one, yeah. No, just check it out next time.
Jesus Christ.
It's real tasty. SEAL Team 6, Oscar, Shark Tale. Fuck, we probably have some voicemails or something, right? Someone must have called in.
God, well, no one's been manning the phones, I guess, at least since last week. We came in for our Shark Tale review episode, of course, available everywhere, and everybody else was here. So, like I said, yeah, that phone has been beeping. The red light has been beeping.
All right.
This entire show. I assumed one of those messages were from Tony Scababucci. Maybe there's some messages from other people. Cam, how about you go ahead and just press play over there?
Dave screened these, yeah, I'm sure. Okay, press play.
Jim from Uxbridge here. Yeah, I got a fucking headliner asinine for you. Your radio's fucking garbage. You should all be goddamn canceled. Get off the fucking air, you goddamn pigs.
Wow. I think... Call me crazy. I think Jim from Uxbridge called into Kim Mitchell's show also. Call me crazy. There was that one episode where our feeds kind of got crossed up. I think he may have been on that. I think he was equally as angry.
These goddamn truckers, man. All right.
Have you ever been up to? I'm sure you've been up to Uxbridge. I'm sure it's a place where I think some of some students, some people who lived in Uxbridge would funnel into my high school, but I think they had another main there was another school in Newmarket which they primarily went to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and set everyone from Uxbridge's shit. There, I said it.
Fuck Uxbridge.
There, I said it.
There, I said it. Man, getting a lot of heat. We get a lot of heat for our the people who we fuck.
Controversial views.
Controversial.
Right,
there was
else?
that one particular comment about Ben Roethlisberger.
What else?
Okay, Cam. Here. I'm gonna press play. I'm gonna press play on this one.
Hi, twoceesinapod. My name is Terry. I'm a first-time listener, or first-time caller, long-time listener. I've never done this, but I had a question for you about your corporate retreat back in the summer. Back at the corporate retreat, you guys were awarded the Guinness record for working conditions closest to that of a Nike factory, and I was just wondering if you were doing anything to lean into that record even more, or were you trying to get away from it? Thanks.
Wow.
Thanks, Tony. That was I think that's a great time to bring this up. Terry, Tony, whatever. Sorry, Tony's stuck in my mind. Yeah, he's don't look out the window.
The Booch Boy, he's coming for us, baby.
Yeah. Are we proud of our awards? Of course we are. Do we uphold the awards and the conditions that we make? Certainly. Are we always trying to make them improved? We'll call it that. You know what? I think the addition of taking away the nets outside, I think that was a good plan to reduce costs, because we were renting those for quite a bit of money.
Of course, because all the employees would play soccer or basketball on their lunch breaks, and we took away the nets.
Not those nets.
Oh no! Well, we took those nets away. What nets are you talking about?
The we'll call them the third floor nets.
Oh, of course, right, of course.
We call the follies.
The follies.
When someone accidentally trips off the balcony.
Yeah, that precarious ledge that we have a lot of signs that say "Watch out for ledge," and people keep jumping off of it. I do appreciate that.
I put up this. I did have the sign up there. I changed it. I said it's your choice.
Which of course was the tagline for our campaign for our workers to live a healthier lifestyle. It's your choice if you want to eat out or make a nice dinner in. It's your choice if you want to sit on the couch or go for a nice walk. It's your choice.
All right, let's go ahead and hit the next play. Hopefully they screen this one. God damn it!
Hey, it's Larry from Chilliwack, BC. Hey, I got this 47-year-old hottie named Kara. Super fun in the sack, but I tell you what, there's some weird things going on. She's been telling me that she's had some fantasies of me killing her ex. And the other night, she asked me if I could wear a mask of her ex during our sexual playtime. My question for the show is, what do you think I should get her for Valentine's Day?
Great question. Wow, in a real thing. This sounds like a Dr. Phil episode to unpack here. I mean, I guess my first thought would be, as a gift, nothing would be more romantic than a mask of the ex-lover. I think that would be so impassionate. It would be so important. And fortunately for you, this is very lucky for you, caller, because you can get a Barack Obama mask pretty much anywhere. It's so easy to get an Obama mask. And I think that would be about it.
You're thinking Larry from Chilliwack, BC.
Yes.
Is dating.
Yes.
Michelle Obama.
No, not. Well, that depends. Cam, is there like a trace number or kind of like was this sent in or something? Anything that you could kind of trace back over there on the beep boops?
It's 403. I don't know. It's about all we got.
403. Is that
who knows?
403 area code, is that
knows?
something? I'm sure Chicago. What's Chicago's area code?
Who knows? I'm gonna go ahead and say that might be a red flag, but
You don't wait. So you're
What should you
telling
get her for
me
Valentine's
you're
Day?
telling me that you don't think that this caller's lover used to be involved with Michelle Obama. You think there's no chance of that happening?
maybe. I hate to say never. You know, the only laws you can't break are physics.
Who said that? You did that with like a root-to-do hand thing.
Root-to-do, I'm a rootin' tootin' cowboy cootin'.
Rootin' tootin', cowboy cootin'. Okay, Cam, I think we have another. Do we get to this last caller?
No one's screening anything anymore. Just play it. Who knows?
No
what
one's
it's gonna be.
screening anything, Cam. I'm really. Is this the point in the two-season-a-pod network where we let go? We say goodbye to the corporate shill. Because I mean, Cam, we've already lost our employees. I think if there's any time for us to kind of collect our bottomless piggy bank and go, this could be it.
Yeah, I don't see why there's no reason that we shouldn't. Maybe let's not talk about where we're going. Let's keep that off the air. Let's keep that offline.
Let's keep that off the air, but let's keep on the air. Let's keep this next caller on the line.
Hi, this is a question for Cam LeClaire. Earlier, when I started listening to the show, I remember that you were having sex with the brother of the doctor named Chris who you saw perform hip surgery. I was curious if you still had a relationship with him, because we haven't heard about him in a little while.
Now this is big. This is old slob canon for sure. I mean the caller pretty much just laid it out there on the line. Of course, Cam, you're having sex with Chris's brother. The bro surgeon who invited you to the house. Of course, we had the creatine vodka. Cam, I guess the question's right there. Do you still have have you spoken to Chris or Chris's brother since that call?
Well, to be clear, Sarah, I know that was you calling in. I know I haven't called Chris in a little bit. For the listeners at home, Sarah is Chris's sister. It's a long story.
Interesting. Now that's Sara because she's one of those. She doesn't use the H. She's one of those Sarahs.
No. Yeah, there was this weird love triangle thing. I got out once I realized that the love triangle didn't stop with just me. So yeah, Chris.
So it was
Sarah,
more like a love rhombus. Like there was kind of like an indefinite amount of corners.
If it was a shape I have not seen in geography class, so think about that. Put that through your pipe and smoke it.
I will think about that. Well, that's all I guess that's the advice for that last caller there. Thanks all the callers for kind of reaching into us. You know, of course you can.
I had to change my number because of that.
You had to change your number? Wait, so now is that why I got a text from 555-802-1969?
No, there's no producers. No producers. Remember, they don't. I don't know how to cut this stuff out.
Wait, we can't cut. Are we live to tape? Is that why there's a big tape machine recording us like we're old school or something?
Fuck, I don't know, man. I'm just in charge of the IPO.
Jesus Christ.
I thought you were doing this.
No. I've been doing opium for the last 6-7 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know your eyes seem pretty
I
sunk
was
in
doing
it.
my opium thing for the last week or so.
Did you you got it off Craig?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Good.
It was great. We went to Vietnam.
Just
we came
give Craig
back.
my
It was
number, yeah.
so much fun. It was so
Tell
much
him
fun.
of
Of course,
Craig
Craig says hello. His wife and kids, they're doing great.
Good,
You know,
yeah.
of course, little
Good.
little Tuksung. You know, my godson. He's little Tuksung's doing very well.
What,
My
he's
God.
9 months old now?
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be a fighter just like his dad. I'll tell you that much.
You still have the problem with the feeding. You have to put little driblets of heroin in there.
Yep, the little opium baby. That's what they're calling them. They're kind of like this new breed. Scientists over there. You know what? Remember that Limitless pill that Bradley Cooper took in that movie?
Oh,
And it
great
kind of
movie.
made him. What did it make him?
Made him use 100% of his brain.
Right. It made him without limit, I guess you could say. He was lacking limit. But yeah, they're trying a little opium-based experiment over there, similar to the limitless pill. And I gotta say, he's benching 165. Is that someone at the door?
Did you put the barricades up? I told you we're not fucking around with Tony.
Oh, those big concrete blocks? Yeah, I pulled them right in front of the door. Yeah, we're locked in here, Ken. He might be at that door,
we gotta
but
find it.
he's not coming in anytime soon.
Oh fuck, we gotta finish this podcast. Anyway, like I was saying, the coffee is quite bitter around here.
Yeah, well, Cam, that's because I think the
plow
pot
ahead.
was made last week. And it was just kind of sitting. And Cam, I mean, this is where you and I disagree about office coffee. Cam, you love your coffee hot, fresh, full of flavor. I like my coffee sort of cold, stewing in itself for multiple days, getting more and more bitter. And, so this coffee is right up my alley.
Perfect. Well, holy smokes, look at the time. We need to get out of here quickly. Let's okay. Let's keep plowing ahead here. I think maybe it's time for a little final game of headline or asinine. And Jim, I'm gonna go ahead and call asinine on your headline there, big fella.
Wait, are we talking Jim?
Hit it.
Hey, headline or asinine?
Are we talking?
The song never gets old. From Uxbridge, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Jim. A lot of Jims. Jim, your tapeworm, of course. Jim and Jeffrey, your stand-up comedian tapeworms. Cam, you know what the game is. Headline or asinine, high or no Ohio. Fake headlines, real headlines. Figure it out, Cam. Give me one. Jesus Christ, this guy's worse than Kim Mitchell. Hey, Booch, we'll be there in a sec. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm not afraid of you, Booch. I'm not afraid of you.
Booch.
Cam, how about you give me a headline here?
Okay. Headliner asinine: brewery launches new Biden beer described as inoffensive and not too bitter.
How could a beer be offensive? That's a particular adjective that can be used for flavor that I've never understood personally. This sauce is offensive. The beer is offensive. I don't get how that can be said, but it just sounds like some liberal Yahoo. So that sounds about right. Like I could totally buy it. But who would buy Joe Biden flavored beer? So what? It tastes like a man. It tastes like your grandpa. I guess that's kind of like the slogan, right? Tastes like grandpa. Tastes like grandpa used to make. Which in that case, hell yeah. Sharing a beer with your grandfather. I'm sure there's a lot of millennials who, don't have their grandparents are no longer with us, and they would love the sensation of just having a beer with their old man. With their old man's old man. So the marketing campaign is through the roof. I'm going to say that's a headline.
It's a headline out of Minocqua Brewing Company out of Wisconsin. The guy describes it. His name is Bankstat, exactly as the headline says. It is an inoffensive beer, and I think what you think of an offensive beer would be like a really bad sour, right?
Okay.
That's my opinion of it, and not too bitter. So just beer's not supposed to be that bitter. So, yeah, that's a headline, and it's just more liberal propaganda, as they say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess, because it's one thing just to fucking put a label on
$6 for a 32-ounce can, though.
That's too much. That's too much.
I say so.
Okay, Cam. I got one here for you. Ready? Headline or asinine. Okay. Man robs Walmart by dressing up like a cashier.
I've always thought about this plan.
This particular plot has crossed your mind before.
Have you ever had someone come up to you and ask you, or ask someone who doesn't work at a store if where something is?
Have somebody ever do like the "Do you work here"?
Well, not even do you work here, but you just walk up. You're like, excuse me, I'm looking for the bolts. And they're like, okay, yeah, I'm looking for wood. Like, that's cool. I've done that.
You've walked up to somebody, or you've been walked up to?
Yeah, for sure. No, because like some places just like wear a black t-shirt and black pants. And it's like, that's not identifiable. You're like, excuse me, do you know how the change rooms are? They're like, no, I'm just trying on clothes myself. Anyway, yeah, could it happen? I mean, fuck. I'm sure if I looked on eBay right now, I could probably find a bunch of Walmart uniforms. So it wouldn't be hard to walk in, and especially if it's like a giant one where it's on a Black Friday where they're just bringing in every employee out there, right? Because on that day, it's just mass confusion. So you wear a Walmart uniform, and you're like, oh, man, I tell you what, Jim, these products have got to go out. What do we always say? These products have got to go outside. and then you just steal them. Headline.
Cam, you're right. That's a headline here coming at you out of Fairfax, Virginia. So this man, who is still at large, by the way, police don't even have an identification for this young man.
Nice.
Stole all of the cash from a cash register in Walmart while pretending to be an employee. So security camera footage shows the suspect, whoever this is, walking into the store wearing the Walmart apron and kind of like accessories. They'll have like little pins and bullshit like that. The name tag, buttons, and all those sorts of things. He then walks up to one of the cashiers and says, hey, the boss wants to see you up in their office.
Oh, that's a great plan.
So he takes their spot, the employee. I guess there's probably some kind of introduction of, like, hey, I'm new. The boss wants to see you upstairs. So that person leaves the cashier, and the person even cashes out one customer before putting the "this lane is closed" sign at the end of the lane, very quietly unloading all of the cash into a bag and then walking right out the front door.
Oh, I like this plan even better than mine.
It's the perfect crime.
And then the Ocean's 11, then they catch him.
And then that little like boom, boom, boom. That kind of like,
But then the security guard stopped them, and it's like, this is exactly what I wanted you to think.
Yeah.
While I was walking out the door, another employee grabbed the bag off me, and we did the old switcheroo. Mm-hmm. Now that person is...
Now the guy who stopped you was
The
George
guy
Clooney and Brad Pitt.
That's right.
In very, very well done, like the Jackass Grandpa skit makeup. Very real looking.
By the time we're already telling the story, all the money's on black. And how do we make sure that it's going to go on black? Well, let me tell you a story. And then you keep going, and then it keeps getting... Then you're on Ocean's 15.
Yeah, we still have there's a lot of oceans to go, baby. We could make it to 20 if we tried hard enough.
Has there been a new movie released this year? Like, in cinema?
In the movies, there was that Christopher Nolan movie, Tenet.
Oh, yeah. Was that good?
I never saw it. I never went to the theaters.
Yeah, good point.
I was
thinking about that because I passed by the theaters the other day, and I'm like, do they have signs up for movies? Because what do you know, or do you still just have 1917 on the wall?
A movie from before last March. Yeah, well, actually, so there was a lot of drive-in type movies.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, the independent hit, soon-to-be cult classic, Cup of Cheer, was the 8th highest grossing movie in North America in the month of November.
Well, let the producers know. Congratulations.
Let the producers know. Congratulations. Check it out on Amazon Prime, folks. You got to check it out. It's hilarious. It was the top grossing movie in Canada for the month of November.
If I can plug one thing, it is Cup of Cheer.
It's hilarious. Anyways, Cam, are you ready for your second headline now?
Yeah.
Okay, Cam.
I read it.
No, I think I'm going for it. No?
No. Nope.
Okay, you go.
Because I went, then you went.
Yes.
Right. It's fucking whiteboards, man.
It's the whiteboards.
Okay. Dead candidate wins election again.
You hear about this kind of shit happening where it'll be like somebody's dog is now like the like the sheriff.
The health and safety minister.
Yeah, you'll hear about this kind of shit happening all the time. And it's always like a misleading headline or something, or maybe it's always either it's misleading or it truly proves the downfall of democracy. The answer is always one of those two things, but I think it's more likely that it's asinine. So I'm going to say it's asinine.
Yeah, that one's asinine.
Wow. Going here for you. Ready, Cam?
Yeah.
Another headline here for you. Headline or asinine? Face masks. The plastic straws of the future.
Ooh. I was thinking about this because, I do like a good disposable mask. I find that they're a little bit easier to breathe out of. And from all the studies that have come out, they are just better than the old reusable mask. But at the same time, what I will say is that whenever you make up a headline, it sounds exactly like that. So I'm going to go ahead and call asinine on that one.
Wow, Cam, that's asinine.
Fuck, I'm so good at this.
Or maybe we're so good at this. I don't know if you happen to know, you called mine. You had one similar a few months back that was like a dog winning instead or something.
God damn it. Yeah. Well, that's election season for you,
It's
baby.
election season, baby. Primary 2024, baby. Let's go.
Can't wait. Yeah. Put your name in now. Headline or asinine. North Korea defector leaps over wall into freedom.
Fuck, that's now, I think that's supposed to be more difficult than it seems. Just to jump back over the wall. Because they really don't want people coming or going. They don't want people getting there to realize how crazy shit is, and they don't want people leaving.
I didn't read it right.
Okay.
North Korean gymnast leaps fence to freedom.
Now it's a funny headline. Before it's just about a simple. That's a little more funny. North Korean gymnast. Now, call me crazy, but does North Korea compete in the Olympics?
Not as North Korea, but like as an independent nation.
So remember, isn't it like at Pyongyang? It was I'm trying to remember. Like, there's some kind of like technical. So I guess but I think the majority of North Korean athletics are happening within North Korea. I think.
I don't know, man.
I don't think they're not going to the
North
world
Korean
scale.
Sports,
Because isn't that sort of their whole shtick? Is that they don't like the rest of the world, so they don't leave that little spot. Anyways, I don't know. It does sound funny though. I feel bad for the woman because I feel like she would have been shot to death. Or man. So I guess I feel bad for the person because, certainly you could hop over that wall, but then you're leaving a lot of open air for snipers on both sides to probably come and get at you. So I'm going to say it's misleading, but it's a headline.
It's a headline. It is not misleading.
Did he get shot? Did they die?
No,
Ooh.
But you won't get shot from the South Korean border. They're respectful.
They're welcoming you in? Guys, come on.
No, yeah, get over here. You're almost there. But apparently the demilitarized zone has a bunch of mines and shit in it. So it's a 10-foot high fence that appeared to be pressed down but didn't appear modified or cut. What else can I tell you about it? I thought there was originally evidence of him using a pole vault, but I don't think that's been proven yet. So this is like the second one that's happened since last year. Yeah, and they tried to get him, but you know what? By the time he was out. I think apparently there was only like one case of COVID in North Korea, and they just killed the guy.
Yeah,
Fun fact.
I think that's kind of the thing about North Korea is that they don't always tell us the truth.
What do you mean?
Shout out to our North Korean listeners, by the way.
Yeah. Big shouts out.
Huge fan base out there in North Korea. We're coming out to you one day, slobs. Our North Korean slobs, we're coming to visit.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for the live show. Maybe next corporate retreat should happen down there.
Hey, did you know that our last episode was 69 minutes?
69 minutes?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool number.
Sick.
That's
fucking dope.
Want a fist bump over that cool number?
Tip to tip, buddy.
The tip to tip fist bump. That's how I describe it. Cam.
Right.
I've got one more. I've got one more headline or asinine horror for you. Here we go. Ohio or no Ohio? 20-year-old student commits suicide after a $750,000 negative balance on his stock trading app.
Oh, ooh, oof. That's a lot. I'm surprised they kept giving him money. God damn it. That's the only part that concerns me is like when unless he was shorting. That's the only thing. So you actually, it's the only way you could have negative bank account balance is if you're shorting a stock. Hashtag 2C IP IPO
2CP?
coming to you soon.
Wait, was that what it is? 2CP?
2CP IP.
2CP IP.
2CP IP IPO.
2CP IP IPO.
2CP IPO. Say it.
There's a song there somewhere.
Yeah, so that's just such a big balance, though. I can't seem to wrap my head around why someone would be like not come and collect and be like, hey, maybe this guy's never gonna pay us. So for that reason, but then again, some people. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. It's a headline. It seems like a crazy number, but I think he just got himself in too deep. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep all the bugs in my head instead of going under. Kim Mitchell, everybody. Headline.
My favorite Kim Mitchell song, Cam. That is right. This is a headline, but not for the reasons that you might think, Cam. So here's the little story about everything. So this happened to a man named Alexander Kearns, who's 20 years old, who was using the stock trader app called Robinhood.
I've heard of that.
Which is an app that lets you invest in stocks, cryptos, ETFs, whatever the hell that is, and a bunch of other
exchange traded funds.
A bunch of other medical mumbo jumbo. This happened earlier in the summer when he was found dead by apparent suicide after throwing himself in front of a train. His friends and family.
Or hear me out.
Okay.
House of Cards season 1.
Zip. His friends and family believe that this was due to his Robinhood app saying that he owed $730,000. In his suicide notes, he wrote, how is a 20-year-old kid with no income able to get assigned almost $1 million worth of leverage? The puts I bought and sold should have canceled out too, but I also have no clue what I was doing now in hindsight.
Jesus.
The app responded by saying they obviously feel terrible for this tragedy and were currently working on a bug that sometimes kept a negative cash balance on your account until the other half of your trades are executed. In other words, he didn't owe that much money. The app just worked in a certain way that if he had waited until the trades had gone through, his money would have restored to what would have been normally, or what it was supposed to be. So pretty much the app just led him to believe that he owed all that money, which is terrible. So of course, going forward, the app is rolling out changes to help educate its users about exactly what things mean, more FAQs, more ability to talk to people about questions they might have, because nothing is stopping anybody from potentially doing this to themselves and just not knowing what they're doing and end up owing a lot of money.
And a other reply to the story, we called out to Robinhood app and we asked them how could they allow this to happen, and they simply replied with terms of service, read them. So, some cold-blooded killers. Anyway, fun little story from you. Or for me, there
Not
used to
fun
be
at all.
a high school band that at my high school that was called Suicide Note from a Therapist. They're no longer
Yeah,
around.
they're still a band?
Put two and two together.
Think they're on Spotify? Everybody, Spotify, search Siri.
Actually,
Google, search Suicide Note by a Therapist on Spotify.
I think from a therapist. From a
Google,
therapist.
search Suicide Note from a Therapist.
Right, they're heavy metal.
Google, search heavy metal. Google, search gargling. And that's all the time we have for this week's podcast there,
Oh my
folks. I think
God.
that's about right. Listeners at home, remember to rate, review, like, subscribe. The podcast is everywhere, of course. Give us 5 stars if you can. We're on YouTube also. And reach out. Yeah, twoceesinapod@gmail.com. TWO. Not the number. silly. I wonder if there's we should also probably open the email for 2, like the number 2, seasonapod@gmail.com also. That way, whichever one we get, you know?
Love it.
But if you want to reach out to the show, send a little voice note to us or an email. We'd love to hear from you. Coming up on episode 50, baby!
Jesus, it's coming up quick. Never forget, everybody, it's against the Canadian law to have comics that depict criminal acts. I'll talk to you next week, or maybe not.
Take care, folks!
Continuing
Tonight on Two C's in a Pod. 96.7 on your...
Two C's in a pod, 2 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 C's just like 2 C's in a pod, 2 C's because we're 2 C's in a pod, just like 2 C's in a pod, 2 C's in a pod at gmail.com.